There has never been a time where two players on the same team had a 30-point triple-double in the same game. It never happened in the regular season, never happened in the playoffs, and certainly never happened in the NBA Finals. That changed last night. Nikola Jokic dropped 32 points, grabbed 21 boards, and dished out 10 assists in last night's game, making him the first player in NBA history to have a 30-20-10 game in the finals. This is also Jokic's third 30-20-10 game in his playoff career, which is more than the rest of NBA history combined. This also marks his 10th triple-double of the 2023 playoffs. On this playoff run alone, it will be enough to put him at 6 all-time in playoff triple-doubles, tied with Larry Bird, Draymond Green, and Rajon Rondo. In his all-time playoff career, he has 16. If that wasn't enough on its own right, Jamal Murray decided he wanted to join in on the fun too. He had 34 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, making him and Jokic the first duo in the history of the NBA to record 30-point triple-doubles together, and truthfully, they make it all look so effortless. It looks even crazier when you take the box score of this duo and compare it to the Heat's entire starting lineup for Game 3. In the last video we did, we talked about the Heat's defensive strategy of making Jokic the primary scorer while trying to slow down everyone else, and last night that strategy just didn't work as well. It seemed like Coach Malone's intention was to get Jamal going early in this game, and that worked out great for Denver in the long run. Jamal would score 8 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. Once Miami realized Jamal was cooking, I think they knew it was going to be a long game. Jamal had a scoring flurry in the back half of the second quarter, which allowed the Nuggets to reclaim their lead with just under 2 minutes to go. The third quarter is really where things got out of hand for Miami, and if it weren't for the best 12 minutes of Jimmy's performance last night, it would have gotten extremely ugly. Jokic and Jimmy traded buckets all quarter long as they both played the entire third quarter. They would score 12 apiece, but the Nuggets would outscore the Heat by 9, giving themselves a 14-point lead after 3 quarters. The offensive woes would continue into the fourth quarter for Miami as they just could not get anything going, while the Denver Nugget offense continued to be a buzzsaw. When you take a look at the shooting splits of both teams in the second half, it really paints the full picture. The Nuggets shot 20 of 36 in the second half, while attempting only 5 threes in the process. Denver shot 55.5% as a team, while Miami shot 16 of 46 in the second half, and almost half of their field goal attempts were threes. The Nuggets continued to get quality shots at the rim in the second half, while Miami only made 6 shots in the paint the entire second half. For the whole game, the Nuggets had a 26-point advantage when it comes to points in the paint. It would be malpractice if I didn't at least dedicate a little bit of time to the man Christian Braun. Braun was the 41st pick in the 2022 NBA draft and is one of the NBA's most interesting rookies. He's coming off of 3 years of basketball at Kansas, where they won the national championship in the year 2022, his final year in college, and now he has the opportunity to win a college championship and then an NBA championship in back-to-back years. Braun's a 6'7" athletic wing and has mostly been a victory cigar throughout the playoffs for Denver. Last night, his number was called, and he had the best 19 minutes of his career. 15 points on 7 of 8 shooting. His lone miss was from behind the arc. Braun looked like the perfect running mate for Jokic out there, knifing through the defense, attacking the rim with reckless abandon. It's safe to say he has carved out a role for himself moving forward, which will just be another tool in the toolbox for Coach Malone and the Nuggets. If I were Miami, I would certainly be concerned about how the offense is looking moving forward. Bam Adebayo struggled all over the floor last night, but to my eye, it really looks like Denver does not respect Jimmy as a scorer one bit. A lot of the Miami offense late in the game has boiled down to Jimmy trying to collapse the paint, but they're just playing normal coverage on him. No one's overhelping, nobody's doubling. Jimmy often kills his dribble in the paint, leading to an array of pump fakes that nobody bites on, ending up with a hot potato pass to someone with just a few seconds left on the shot clock. Jimmy has to commit himself to being more of a jump shooter if this Miami offense is going to come back to life. The Nuggets have been running drop coverage all year on the pick and roll, so if Jimmy's going to make the defense pay for dropping and going under screens, he needs to shoot more jumpers. If he can get that going, the offense will open up for the whole team. The Denver Nuggets deserve a ton of credit for what they're doing on defense to limit Miami offensively. The Heat love to shoot a ton of threes, and the Denver Nuggets did a really good job of getting out on shooters and contesting or running them off the three-point line when given the opportunity. If the threes do not fall for Miami, the offense just falls apart. simply because they don't have enough guys who are capable of creating their own shot reliably. Outside of Jimmy needing to be a more reliable shot maker for Miami, I'm not quite sure what other offensive adjustments there are to be made. Miami has been relying on the 3-ball all playoffs long, and it's a big reason why they're in the finals now. It was one of the main reasons they won Game 2 in Denver. In a game of chess, sometimes you just run out of moves. Game 4 is a big game for both teams, as Denver has the opportunity to put their foot on the neck of the Miami Heat.